Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the breakfast show. This is Martin here and live with you from our live Facebook. It's the 25th of February. I do hope I find you good and well, and some of you may be just having your breakfast, waiting to watch what's really happening to our Bursa market and also what has happened last night. I think many of you would have woken up, I think the last few days, may have realized that the Russian has invaded in Ukraine, and guess what? The market is starting to reverse. Now that's right, many of you may doubt this, that usually the market go lower. So make sure you catch hold of some of the talk that I have on the YouTube that I talk about likelihood of how long would this war likely to last. That's right, a lot of reversal. Technicals are quite important in here, and let's get down to the business of what we have for you this morning. That's right. In this morning, in our breakfast show, we want to demonstrate to you one of our flagship products, which is our TradeVSA 360. Using and a lot of things we showcase here are purely from our 360 as well for our TradingView plugin, our TradeVSA plugin on TradingView, which allowed you to access the 51 market that we have in here. And thank you for sharing, for those of you who has been with us for some time, and also many of our members in here. You know, our 360 in here that helps you to trade smarter every time, an edge for every trade that you go. Stocks screener, VSA, and not to forget the intraday alert, something for everyone in here. And of course, we are all woken up, and last night, around 3 o'clock in the morning, the S&P, the US Dow Jones, the Nasdaq did close back up with a little bit of vengeance. And the news is trying to figure out or writing what is happening in here. But many of you may know this is all due to the smart money coming in. We got climatic volume. We have a wonderful spring. That's right, this is a wonderful spring. We may signify a sign of strength, and those of you who know what is sign of strength, check it out in some of our tutorial, or you can just Google it, visit our website on in here. But what has been said strictly is, going forward, whatever surprises is already out. Okay, the cat is out. Now the question is, how far and how long can we get back to the old high? Now some of you maybe already start moving. Hey, this is a wonderful, good opportunity. Of course it is. The market in the US aspect is down 13%. And of course we will cover the KLCI in here. But what has been said, let's take a look at the chart. And all this, right, as part of our delivery to our members and our public to showcase to you that our tools is very good in here. So you can see right now from the old high that we have here right now, the peak, this is the new indicator, and many of you may have gotten it. If you have not, I'll give you some information to get hold of this very wonderful indicator. We do see a 14% drawdown, and we have a spring here. The last one we had a spring couple of days more, it rarely back up here, and we might see the same thing rarely back to in here. The market is holding up. It's very good level in here. Of course, this is the part that some of you may have the kind of right setup, right? The right kind of buying at support. Use some sort of technical in here to get your position in here. And of course, some of you may figure out, is it time to cut loss? Can I tahan or not, right? So use this to your advantages, of course, with TradeVSA. And also market stages. You can see market stages right below here is forming a very strong support. Remember what we talked about, the double bottom? Akan datang, all right? And all this is part and parcel what we deliver for you. And of course, on top of me here is a QR code where you can find more information about our packages and our deal for as low as 1 ringgit 85 cents or less than 50 US cents. You can get hold of our product for all markets, all right? And of course, we do cover 4 major markets in here. Check it out in there, and many of these things will come. Now, let's take a look at what we usually use our VSA 360 for. Of course, many of you may have known what we want to do is buy and sell. And what's the stock like in the FA2? And is it safe to buy right now? Right now, what we have presented the picture is that from the peak to the high, we are seeing a 14% drawdown, which is very extreme, right? Of course, do you think we're going to have a recession after this? Or do we have a market rebound? What do you think? Put it into the comment in here. I'd like to hear what you have to say in. So what has happened also right now, you can see here, the VSA 360, a breakdown of it is what sector should we avoid and to be in and out. And if it is, what should I sector be allocating my share trading. The VSA 360 does give you some sort of a time frame, some sort of a insight to where the market is by also looking at the fundamental side of each company. And for our specialized training that we did last week, our masterclass, many of you would have known, look at the differences and also the subtlety of the market that will put you advantages compared to many of the public in there. Small price to pay, learn it now when the market rally. I do think that many of the benefits you already be covering in so far. All right, that's having said that, so some of you who like me to review some of the stocks that you have, do pencil in right at the below there, and I'm happy to look at some stocks that you have already in here. And also, not to forget, is our market conference. That's right. Now, if you are a member, do sign up for our 12th of March for market conference for highlighting our international speaker, two international speakers which we are bringing in from United States in here, Dr. Gary and Ramon Bogomozov. Those are the Sifu of the Sifu. Listen to them, what they have to say about this current market in here in our coming March the 12th inside. And if you are a member, special privilege, you can get to come this for free for small fee. What you can learn definitely a lot more from our market conference. Now let's take a look at the three things we want to do with our VSA 360 right now. We are still in the red pentagon, which we will be looking at it, and right now we are still in the correction mode because it has turned red pentagon. And usually when we hit 3-month high, that's where a lot of the news people are coming in to buy. But guess what? You've been tricked. Right? Always try to look at 3-month low. When there is fear, what do? Think to buy. When people are greedy, think to sell. I think that is one of the most profound axioms that we have learned, and it actually applies to volume spread analysis. Let's take a look also at the sector in play. All sector has just turned red. Only plantation and property stocks are currently green. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that. And what are stocks that are green pentagon? And let me give you a sneak preview. Inari is turning green pentagon today, and this is something that we always been talking about last week, the likelihood of accumulation in here. Will we see a rebound? Let's check it out and wait until 5 p.m. today. But if you have time, check out the Inari this morning. As I saw, the system, the plug-in already turned green. That's one of the benefits, having a real-time system with our plug-in ahead and helping you to trade smarter every time. All right. Now, if you have any, let's look at the alert center this morning and what we have for you in our alert center this morning here. So first thing you want to do, you lock it in. Of course, we'll click on there is about 10, a lot of red, right? So after you go in the alert center, we have 18 new alert as of 9 a.m. this morning. Everything turned red. But there's one, Aeon, of course, there's a good result here. And also Heng Yuan turned green pentagon, YTL, Genting all already turned. Uchitech, yes, you see the technology, right? If Inari were to confirm green pentagon, and tomorrow at this time, when you turn on your alert center, you're going to get a green pentagon for Inari. So this is something I find very useful that our team have created for you. And for less than 2 ringgit per day, you can get hold of this for this market in here. All right. And so far, here we have 21. You can see, look at this, USMA. So a lot of the so-called oil and gas is already turned. So this gives you a really feel. Some of the stocks are already turning. The big one, press metal, is already turned. And likelihood, we're going to see a lot of the green pentagon turning up to in here. So members, adjust your stops, do what you need to do if you're trading, if you're investing, and something that we talk about in our masterclass strategy that we use. The tools that we have will put you in the right way. Remember, everyone is different. Everyone will approach the market with slightly different style because you'll be listening to some comments by other bloggers, speakers, and analysts in here. In many ways, will also analyze you. So most important, also study yourself and how you react into the market in here. So that's what we have this morning for our alert center. Now, of course, let's look at the KLCI sector, 24th of February. This is, you can see, everything is already red pentagon. We have the plantation and only property that is still green. The one that's making a good run is energy, 2%. But do take note, healthcare and technology are down 2% from the red pentagon in here. So let's see what we have for you. Right, and last week a lot of them were green, right? So always pay attention, especially in our market. We are still trying to get hold of the situation, but one thing that is really positive I want to share with you here in a dashboard. Okay, in the dashboard, many of you may not seen it here. Just go up, hit the dashboard here. A very, very good tools, something that you will get together with our plugin, and also is, guess what, is the foreign fund flows. You can see the foreign funds continue to flock into this market. That's why I do think our market will have a bit of a support at 1560 in here, like what you see here, 1560. No doubt the red pentagon is already out, but that is looking at the end. Everything is turning green. We are up 20 points this morning. Of course, Top Glove, IOI, Inari, semua pun sudah turn green already, okay? Right. So sometimes you want to think cut loss and not, but of course I have spoke about this and give you a lot of clues. Looking at the war, do check out some of those Zoom sessions that we have done, and I think this will definitely put you in the right position in here. Okay, and so let's go on. So what has happened, and eventually some of these has turned from green, now turning in here, red in here. Adjust your stop loss, take profit if you need to, depending what kind of model you are trading in here. Now we are likely to see for is the energy sectors. Okay, the KL energy sectors in here. You got one upthrust, another upthrust in here. Already third red pentagon, but the question is, you already hit the ATR here. Hit the ATR. The question is, will we see this invasion? I haven't checked out yet the WTI this morning. What is the crude oil prices in here? But I do know CPO prices last night fell a bit. So we are seeing the kind of reversal in here. So of course, many of you may have aware too, oil and gas is going to be undergoing extreme profit taking. And if you want to get into the oil and gas, you think that oil will go higher, look for some sort of a pullback setup, which is an advanced setup that we teach in our master class here. And wait for the sign. Now wait for the sign is plantation, right? Plantation is another proxy to the oil and gas. No doubt it is right now. A lot of the earnings from the companies are being reported. You can see that, and we all know usually what happened last time. Remember the rubber glove when we have peak earnings. Would this be a peak earnings? We don't know yet. We have to wait for a lot of the analysts to start writing, and the analysts will start writing. Then you will see here this little chart of plantation will turn red pentagon. Okay, so if you have followed the green pentagon, you'll be riding and laughing your way, and which is something I want to talk about today in our use cases for pentagon past winner, right? And if you look back and our watch it last week, we have this MBSP, which is around 61 cent, revenue 178, 166. And this morning, we are still holding up that nice level for a really nice portfolio in here. UWC, rebounded this morning, up 4% in here. Keep in mind some of this portfolio in here and adjust them as you go. Okay, we do have hibiscus here, which we have it sometime. Now let's look at some of the new features that we have on our VSA 360 here, which is the US sector index, which I will not cover tonight. And my fellow colleague, coach Arif usually does the US index sector, so make sure you catch him on Thursday. And also the new thing I want to talk about is the use cases that you see on our screener here, and right at the bottom is the winner and loser. Now this is one of the things that we want to showcase to our member and also to the public in here. What we want to do is really study some of these past winner that we have here. You can see here SOP. Now of course it's not time to buy. The time to buy was probably 28, 29 of January. These are all growth stock. GR means growth stock. BJ Food went up a fair bit also, and Ta'an, all the plantation stock lah. What you're seeing above in here are history. Doesn't mean that you have to buy. If you buy, you're being very, very dumb lah. So that's why we want to educate the public and you too, right? The whole point is to look at some of those hasn't turned, red pentagon yet. And of course, not all are winners. You can see through in here, we do have also losses in here. Charimin is down 7 point, Echo West, Irving, MBSP in here. So manage your stops and do it well and use so let's also what you can do is double click some of this chart. Right now we enable them. Okay, let's say I want to take a look at MK land. Okay, double click it and this will take you very quickly to some of the charts that we have in here, and you can see green pentagon, nice stroke up in here. And the whole point we're trying to say, if you can get a nice win here, MKH, which is Metro Kajang Holding, which is giving about close to about 16.9% estimate, yeah. And then you look back, what actually transpired is to look at the background. This is where our members can really study case by case to make it even worth it on the whole market, why we want to do that. So you notice a lot of the winner have a certain signature, just like, and it's very important, we being a student of the market, I'm referring to you are a student of the market, and we want to study this kind of tool and really benefit from it, just a little special edge, and see the kind of return that you're getting in here. Very handsome return in here. Chinwell is up, and let's take a look at some of those that didn't do so well. Let's look at CMSB. So you look at CMSB, here is the one that you have uptrust. You can see there's an uptrust. The market break back down in here, and this morning this was up. It has a red pentagon, but morning recover back 2.5% in here, and it is still above the ATR stop loss. So we want the acceleration, and you see if the chart, if you look at MK Land and you look at what you see on MBSP, you see that the acceleration of the market, and that's what we want to see, the price action, the volume coming in, and that's what you want to do. And this is something that the members and the public can really look into it, all for less than 2 ringgit per market. And you can get hold of the VSA 360 and plus the charts that you see, a nice real-time chart that you can see with a lot of the alerts that will put you in. And this is the chart that I was talking about. You can see right now we have green pentagon already for Inari. That's right, that's Inari in here. And so this is the other. Let's take a look at our one more case that we have and bring it up in here. And so going back to here, let's do one more. Uchitech, that's the one we were talking about. Uchitech is up 1.66%, and this one was something I talked about earlier, right? Just turned green pentagon in here. Hey guys, this is the one that technology, and what is the SMARTRobie FA 5 out of 8, very good. Target price of 383. That is another upside of 24%, and this was updated by Hong Leong Group 24th of February 2022. Isn't that wonderful, huh? Something, those of you who want a little bit of a very good ROE, a very good dividend yield, which not many people talk about. Am I correct? Of course, you can check out the news in here. Uchitech maintained appeal. Uchi unit 15. They did stop Q3. And let's take a look at it. If you have bought it 2016, you have made about 100% return. Not excellent. Having said that, last year was, you can see, right, we have a disappointing 2020. 2020, yes, 2020, but 2021 was good. What do you think this year? With the reopening and it being an industrial player, you scroll back up here, industrial player in your FAD though, it's a growth stock, it's a Shiara, it's a long term, something that we always bring in. 360 at your disposal, at your thing. All right, let's move on to, we'll talk about this already. And we're going to move on to some of the stocks that we have this morning in here. We definitely have Nora. Thank you for your support, Nora. And we have Mayfern in here that you want me to look at these stocks. Yep, okay. Going through some of these. And we have D-Sonic and Jaya Tiasa. All right, let's turn on our D-Sonic DS. Okay, hit that one and you can see D-Sonic. Okay, from chart wise, this morning is up 1%. So you can see on this side, I think it's still pretty okay, staying above in here. Here is the share checklist. I think it's very important for some of you. Has done green pentagon. Look at the chart. What is the market stages? Okay, next thing, what is the FA doing? So you look at D-Sonic, FA is only 108. It's still making loss. Of course, you can also do a bit more on the fundamentals by going into the financials here. And you can look at the 4-year trend, clicking on that one and looking at the quarterly. You can see on the quarterly side, it's making a comeback. You can see margins are pretty low, making a comeback this quarter in here. All right, and so is this a recovery play? I would definitely agree to it. But if you can hold on to the levels that we are talking about in here, which is this, and we can see from here, which is about 4% from the stop loss of 44. Okay, so 44 cents right now is 45 cents. So just pay attention to the 45 cents. And looking at the, very quickly, last year we have a big fall, and right now it's already up 9% in here. Average yearly return was 4%. The big year that they actually make money, remember, for D-Sonic was 2019. February generally is very good months. Let's hope this February will end up to be good. And I think right now the February month is still at 0. Not going anywhere lah. Very volatile, so these stocks. Okay, we have also TradeVSA for me, TradeVSA, JTA. Okay, TradeVSA in here. This one is a plantation, right? Yeah, plantation take profit lah. Plantation take profit lah. You already have going parabolic, isn't it? So this morning will surely be still up 1.55%, right? Take a little bit of partial profit, Mayfan, if you have this and you follow the green pentagon already. This is a nice pickup and run here. Remember, we talk about the accumulation on the left hand side in here. It's trading 20% away from the thing, and you also have the R1. R1 is 113. Okay, you got the resistance, you got your 59 cents in here. The ATR stop loss is about 82, which is still far away. The good support is way down there, so it can turn. And of course, if you look here, 132. Okay, 132 is Huang, but that was sometime March last year. All right, there's not much of a coverage stocks of this in here. Do take some. Let's look at the next one that we have. We have Yap Lu here, and we have GN Low, M Cement. Okay, M Cement is MCM YTL? Oh, okay. So MCM, maybe they bought it. Okay, so you can see still pretty much in the downtrend. Not so good. Analyst is giving it November 350. A lot of upside, not 50% upside in here. And of course, you got to look at the reason why you want to keep this. It's still down actually pretty much in the whole situation in here. You got to have a good reason for keeping this, and I generally don't like a stock that pretty much in the downside, not that much of a growth. It's still industrial product in here, commodity based. If the economy picks up, this is a share you want to keep, maybe slightly for a longer term. Okay, and okay, we have, let's take a look at another one. So any more stocks, do pencil those in here. Really happy to be of service. And of course, we need your feedback to improve our breakfast show. What are things that you want to look at, and what are things that you want to see? All right, we got Nora here for press metal, but do take note, press metal or written red pentagon today, okay? Turn red pentagon today, and likely it's going to move sideways for a while. You have 4.4% from the stop loss, 648, so watch out for that level in here. Resistance, first one is $7, and you get 751 for our next, which is about 10% from the top there in here. It has 4th of February, okay, 4th of February, upside of 725, which is somewhere between the R1 and R2, a 7% upside inside here. And if you have seen, press metal has done pretty well last year, this year, and I do think press metal is a longer term. So buy on the dip, buy on the pullback, do buy at the support level in here. All right, you can see that one will help you do pretty much well in here. So press metal plantation fought sharply on profit taking. In terms of the what we call the stock comparison in here, check it out in here, and I do cover in our later Zoom, and maybe one of the morning session I will cover this too here. Okay, and that's all we suppose we have for today. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do refer them. A lot of our video tutorial in here will be up and archive over there. And don't forget to share our Telegram chat room for all stock information that we talk about in here. And that's also, we posted an article on DNEX on i3 Investor. Check it out too in here. And don't forget our market conference. I'll see you in our market conference March the 12th. And thank you for your support. We really enjoy your presence with you in here. Makes my day a better day. And see you next Monday. Bye bye.